Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Top with Eric, Paris, and Red. I am your host, Eric. Joining me are.
Yo, it's your boy P.
And this your boy Red.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Smooth, smooth.
Any weekend events?
I was
Life
supposed
changes?
I was supposed to go to the haunted circus, but they said it's so damn hot today that people been blacking out and passing out all through it. So
Yeah, it was a random ass hot ass day. Shit, I just came from the
yeah,
grocery store and I was like, golly.
Yeah, like 90s.
so they
What
cut
what
off my damn event.
what is the haunted circus?
I don't know. I guess
Oh, I thought you knew.
I don't know. I guess more bloody, gory type of the same type of stuff, but just more bloody, gory, more creepy looking. I guess. But I wanted to check it out. I was gonna try to get like a little photo op in there too with everything going on. But
Mm-hmm.
my sister went before me and she said people blacking out left and right. She showed me videos of police, EMS up there. They told everybody to leave. And I thought about it like, them damn tents is hella thick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no ventilation. So, shit, I
People
seen
ain't
it
think to
coming.
bring no Gatorade.
Man, they need a fan. Fuck a Gatorade.
Trapping all that heat. Yeah, that sucks.
What about you, buddy?
Me or P?
E.
Oh, no. Today was family day, so I hung out with my grandparents.
That's
Chill with them,
beautiful.
drink some coffee, spilled the tea. You know how it is.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It is me and PJ hanging out. Then we just came to get some groceries. So
Uh,
adult stuff. Getting
Yeah.
prepared for the week.
I
The
feel
Sunday
it. I feel it.
blues.
Man, that's because y'all got Sundays off. Y'all can do that type of shit. I be working all the time. Yeah.
Shit, it ain't used to be like that.
Yeah.
So bless your heart. Bless your heart.
You like the hustle, don't lie.
I do though. I love the game.
Right. All right. So there's a couple things going on in the news this week. So let's start with this really sad news coming out of Georgia. Do you want to lead this one off, P?
Yeah, it was an incident where a family allegedly said the doctor had did some malpractice against their child. Unfortunately, during the time that they were giving birth, uh, the baby was decapitated from the neck up, and the hospital, where the physician tried to cover it up, allegedly tried to cover it up by wrapping the baby up and then placing the head back on the in the little bundle and then giving it back to the parents. So um, I don't know how long it took the family to realize, like, the baby wasn't there, but overall, it was a sad story. So the family is suing the hospital. So more details is going to come out soon. But
Right.
for right now, overall, that's a tragic story. It touched me only because I just had a kid not too long ago. So when the news first broke, it kind of touched me. I couldn't imagine hearing or seeing some stuff like that. So yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you that, bro. As a new father, how did I felt like that shit hit home closer on you. Well,
yeah.
death hit close to anybody, especially when it's a child. But like somebody who just came into that fatherhood, I'm like, I know that shit must be, tough for those type of people, especially, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, if it was me like last year, I'd probably read it like any other news story, like, oh damn, that's messed up. But like you said, just coming into that situation, it was like I'm just looking at my child, like I couldn't imagine the rage the parents felt when they realized how dirty that whole you know altercation was, because
Yeah.
it's
That's that.
no,
Okay.
I was gonna say it's no, like, allegedly on how everything played out. It's no rhyme or reason how that should have played out in the beginning. Like the from the physician standpoint, from what I heard, they were saying that they didn't do the C-section immediately because it would have been complications and the mom would have passed. So I think they was trying to save one or the other, and by not doing the C-section immediately, you know, that that incident happened. So, but we'll see with more news how everything played out. But yeah, nah, just thinking about it is, it's
I can hear
hurting.
it in your voice, bro. I can hear it in your
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like it it probably wasn't rage to start. It's confusion. You know, like all the stages
Yeah,
of grief are there, and you're like within a
Mm-hmm.
day of just being in the hospital, you're like what's going on? Like you have no idea. You know, no, I don't know if anyone is talking to them, but like you can only imagine the confusion. You know, like
yeah.
what do you mean? You know, the baby's not here. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah. But from the some of the articles that I had seen was apparently they had said that the complication that happened during birth, because she had the woman had been told to push for 2 hours. She was pushing for 2 hours trying to deliver the baby vaginally,
Mm.
and they said they ran into a complication that's not too common. It's where the shoulder of the baby gets caught on the pelvic bone of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of doctors that were interviewed asking, so how common is this? You know, is do you think this is a reasonable story? A lot of the doctors that were interviewed that were like, they had said, you know, had this happened to us, immediately you go to, okay, we're going to C-section, you know. But from what the lawsuit alleges is the doctors then went to, okay, grab some forceps, we'll try to, you know, coax the baby out that way,
Mm.
and that's when they claim that the doctor used too much force, and then that's what caused the uh, decapitation. But yeah, it's just a horrible story all the way around. Like there's no reason for it. You know, it puts a magnifying glass, you know, on the, you know, the American healthcare system. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you look at us as a, you know, first world power, and then something like this can happen. It makes you, you know, kind of wonder like, what the hell are we doing? You know,
Question everything.
Yeah, it's just
absolutely.
messed up because, like, in that situation, you like obviously it's multiple lives in stake, whether it's the
Mm,
mother or the baby. But it's like after like 30 minutes, you're like, okay, shit ain't working. Like you were quote unquote properly trained to understand situations, and it shouldn't take 2 hours for somebody could have stepped in, whether it's a nurse, because they got multiple. You know, it's not just the one doctor. Because
yeah,
it's multiple heads in there saying like somebody should have came up with the idea, hey, she pushing, she's probably fatigued. You know, let's go ahead and do something else. Like it shouldn't take like who came up with the idea of getting some damn forceps? Like
yeah.
obviously you don't like because when I seen the whole birth thing with my son, and it was like two doctors down there, both hands down there. Fortunately, it only took my wife 5 pushes to get out, so it was like 3 minutes altogether. But still, it was multiple hands down there. It wasn't like let's just sit. Well, let me not say they were just sitting back, but in my head, I'm replanning like, bro, like what the fuck was you doing down there for 2 hours? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Yeah, yeah,
lot of blood that's getting passed out too. So she's probably fainting, getting fatigued, losing a lot of blood. Like, come on now.
yeah. Yeah, it's a failure of yeah, like you said, not just that particular doctor, but there should have been other nurses, other people on that floor involved, you know, saying like, "Yo, 2 hours, what the fuck?" You know,
Yeah,
that's
some
that's one thing one of the
communication somewhere.
yeah, that's one of the things one of the doctors had said that was being interviewed. It was like one, because she was shorter in stature, and apparently that there's a term for it, but that condition where the shoulder bone or the shoulder gets caught in the pelvic bone, that is more likely to happen with shorter, stockier women. You know,
Okay.
so the doctor had said already she should have been told, you know, from the jump, like, hey,
C
you should
section.
probably go with the C-section. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's yeah, it should be noted the hospital and the doctor in question are Southern Regional Medical Center in Riverdale and Dr. Tracy St. Julian. So yeah, there'll be more coming from that, I'm sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Uh, we're gonna keep it going with the bad hospital people.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Red.
Go across
Uh,
seas.
yeah, across seas, the UK. It was that lady that murdered like 6 to 7 babies, and I've been reading up on it for a little minute. Uh, she wrote a letter that says she's a bad person. Like she wrote them a letter. I killed these babies. I'm a bad person. Um, Rather it been from not giving them proper oxygen, or like just neglect all the way around. She was doing it on purpose though,
Mm,
and this was
Mm-hmm.
like it goes back as 2016. She was doing this. You know what I'm saying? But they said they about to go back and check into 400 cases that ended with really suspicious. I don't know if it was deaths, but it said it was a lot of suspicious activity in about 400 cases.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 400. That's a
I,
lot.
I
Yeah.
know, bro. She got the highest kills in the UK as a baby serial killer right now.
In modern times, yeah.
In modern times, yeah, old times they was doing some wild shit, but in modern times, she is a wild person, bro. And like that goes to show, like we see a lot of this in like the police force. Like, bro, why are you a police officer and you flinching or scared over people just that you see are unarmed, and like they don't need to be a police officer type shit. But then it goes to the medical field. Like, it's obviously some people that's fucked up in the head that do not need to be in this field.
Mm.
Like, you taking care of people's lives, new births, people, getting brought to this world. It needs to be a psych, you know, type of thing on that type of stuff, bro.
Like a
Cause
psych
like,
evaluation, yeah.
yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, at my night job, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give away the company name or anything like that. If we had an employee uh that I transferred from the house, not even 2 weeks later, it was an employee that fed one of the guys some noodles. The noodles went down the wrong pipe and he was choking, and she made him lay down. And he like laying on his back and he trying to roll over. She said, "No, no, no. This is the story I heard." You know what I'm saying? But it was true. She went to court and she in prison right now. But she made
Jesus.
she made him lay down, and he coughed for a while. And all I know is he died.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And he died in the bed. She kept checking on him every 2 hours. She changed his clothes, popped the meds, pocketed them, and told everybody he was good. She wrote in the books. You got to document everything that happens. So
Mm.
she documented he was a good person. He showered, ate, did this, and then he just sleeping right now. And
Mm-hmm.
she went home, told the staff, "Hey guys, he in the bed. He tired because he was an older gentleman. He's really old, and he did sleep a lot. But in the AMs, he was wide awoke. He liked to go on rides, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we checked it, well, the other people checked on him to make sure, like, it's time for him to get up. They was like, "Damn, he passed." And they was like, "When the fuck did it happen?" So the autopsy came. It said this man died at like 11:30 at night, and that staff came in at 10. So hour and a half into her shift, she was the reason why he died type shit. But she tried to fight it and say it was the AM staff, their neglect. But
Mm.
after that autopsy came out, then she ended up telling the truth when she went to court that, yeah, um, I neglected. I told him to lay down when he had some noodles and he was coughing up. I didn't let him, open up his airwaves or anything like that. And then I covered it up. So I got him dressed. I I was telling everybody, you ain't got to check on him because I'm checking on him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she covered up. To me, that's covering up murder. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a lot of people that don't supposed to be in this field, bro. Like, I didn't seen a lot. I didn't heard a lot, and it's not for everybody. It's really not.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
And it's just scary that your life is in another person's hand when you're at your lowest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's always when you're at like in these particular circumstances or when you're most vulnerable, when you
Mm-hmm.
are older and when you are younger. Like
Yeah.
nursing homes terrify the hell out of me. Like I was around nursing homes a lot growing up. And
Mm-hmm.
you always think of that like kind of like Happy Gilmore kind of thing where like, oh hey, how's it going, Mr. So and so? And then as soon
Yeah.
as you leave, you're treating your loved ones like garbage.
Man,
So I
it's
mean,
like that.
yeah, and I mean like again, like it doesn't pay well. Like for
Yeah,
some
I was
people
just
it,
gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah, for some people it does have to be a calling. They have to like want to, help these people. And
Yeah.
for some people it's just like, oh, it's an easy job. I can just sit around and then if they soil themselves, if they fall down, that's on the next guy, and it's
Right.
just
Right.
like, no, you got to want to do this. It can't just be a paycheck to you for
Yeah.
Yeah.
this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate with those type of fields where obviously they're in the trenches and
For
Hmm.
they're getting
sure.
paid the least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yeah, they only take a certificate or a couple months training to be a nursing assistant or someone in that level. But when you got nurses who got associates who's not even helping the
Right.
the CNAs, it just make it worse. Because a lot of these
Yeah.
nurses literally is there for a paycheck. They getting paid double the CNAs, but they not doing a quarter of the work. Some
Mm-hmm.
are, but 9 times out of 10, they just sitting at the desk or just passing out meds. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
know that from experience because I've seen
Yeah. I know. I got into it with one of my guys. Well, one of my coworkers. He I ain't gonna say no names, but he turned the water full hot, and all I heard was ah from the bathroom. I'm running, and you heard him giggling. Yeah, I bet your ass start moving faster. And I was like, what the fuck you just say? I look at his back. He's high yellow, bro. Non-verbal. Don't know too much anything. You feel me?
God.
Back all red. And this client was one that they kind of found on the street. The family gave up on them.
Mm.
So I was always that guy, like, I always bought clothes, always had some spare shoes laying around working at the shoe field. So I always made sure all my guys had some nice shoes on, some nice clothes. Whenever we had super sales in the store, some super cheap, I made sure they got nice ass outfits. And this is Nike, Jordan, Adidas, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I call them my little brothers. I don't care if they older than me or not. I still call them my little brothers. So
Mm.
when that happened to me, when I happened to see it, I told him, get dressed, close your door, and I had a talk with him, and I handled that. You feel me? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's my guy, and
yeah,
I'm not one of them people that's. I was looking at it like, if I get fired for this, I get fired for this. You feel me?
right.
But I had to report it. I'm not about to be like, it ain't gonna never happen again, because he don't work every single shift on my shift.
it.
So he could do it again another day.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
for
had
sure.
to report it. You feel me? And they
Yeah,
told me, we gonna do a whole report on everything your side too, and we gonna see where it go. And I was on Hinge for like a good month, but they let my actions slide. But yeah, he was out of there. It was well deserved. He needed to be out of there because he was too
yeah,
comfortable. He did that in front of other employees. I don't know what he do behind
yeah.
closed doors.
And if you're laughing about it too, like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
You
Like, have
just
you guys
happen to
ever?
catch them.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
have you guys ever heard of the Stanford prison experiment?
Oh no, tell me about it.
So back in I believe it was the 70s or 80s,
Mm-hmm.
Stanford University in California, there was a psychologist there that wanted to run a study, and the study required volunteer students to run the study. And it was, we're going to have a prison like simulation running in one of the basements of the wings.
Yeah.
And we're going to have this group of, or this half of the students are going to be prison guards, and the other half are going to be prisoners. And so he basically wanted to see, like, well, what kind of power dynamics kind of fall into this scenario. And but the problem was there was very little oversight. Like, he wasn't stepping in when he should have, and he pretty much gave the students that were posing as the prison guards, gave them free reign to do pretty much whatever they wanted, to the
Mm.
point where there was physical abuse happening.
Yeah.
And like, he kind of was fascinated with the, holy crap, like, I just told them, like, give these basic instructions out and follow these duties. But then once they saw that they weren't being reprimanded or punished or even talked to after doing some things, it just escalated to the point where, like, basically a power trip.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
continued acting and doing this borderline sadistic shit. And the study, I believe, was supposed to go on for I think 10 days, and it ended up ending after 6 because they were like, it's too far. Like,
Yeah.
someone came in
Yeah.
and they're like, they shut it down. Like, there's like, you got to stop this. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like, prisoners, honestly, torture, getting beat, regularly. And these were student volunteers. Like, they had no idea like what was going to be on. There's like, whoa, $50 for the day. Cool. I'm in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, you get, there are some positions where you can't be prone to falling into a power trip.
Mm-hmm.
Policing's one of them. Being a nurse, being someone that works with people that are disabled, you can't do that. Like, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, the
Because
Yeah.
you're,
intrusive thoughts take over.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's
oh,
like
like, well, let me see how far I can take this before I almost get caught.
right,
Man.
and they can't defend themselves. Like so, it's
Yep.
like it's a shitty situation. But yeah,
Yeah, that police thing, that's a big one because they feel that because they got a golden badge and they
Yeah.
got 6 months training that they over you. Like
And they look
they,
out for each other. So, like you said, it was nobody getting reprimanded for anything. So they're
hmm,
like,
mhm.
I'm gonna go there.
yeah,
It's only
like even not reporting, you are helping them. Like
Exactly.
if you don't say anything, you're just as bad as they are.
Mm-hmm.
so on that note, do you feel that because officers got like if there was no guns and only thing officer and any citizen out there could only have like batons and shit and like medieval times where it's just swords, do you think it'd be less shit going on? Because I feel that police
No.
have a quick trigger finger. Like
Yeah,
yeah, they need their guns in certain situations, but these tasers need to be first, or the beanbag bullets or whatever, pellet
yeah,
guns.
non lethal forms
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
like that should be like bullets should literally be last resort. Like obviously, I know in situations you got to be quick on your toes, and it might not be an opportunity to be like, oh, which caliber I'm about to handle this situation. But gun control is something that cops need to be
oh
reprimanded
yeah,
for, not just
For sure.
citizens.
yeah. Yeah, I actually just finished reading a book about Vietnam and the Vietnam War specifically, and it's called "Kill Anything That Moves." And it's basically like how like there are so many human rights violations and war crimes committed, and one of the things that they talk about is the M16 rifle that the U.S. issued to soldiers in Vietnam was such a revolutionary thing because it could be lethal from extremely long distances. So you would have these guys in helicopters or in jeeps driving around just taking pot shots at people, and they wouldn't be sympathetic or anything because they couldn't see what they had done because it happened
It
so
was so
far
far.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like they just like, oh yeah, I just shot at him. But if it was up close and personal and they saw what they had done, like that for sure would have had a psychological effect on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
what
yeah, like
snipers always get messed up because they seeing that shit up like face value. They know as soon
yeah,
as they pull that trigger, it's over.
yeah. But like yeah, for I think the distance that a gun allows you kind of allows you to honestly
Disassociate.
psychologically, yeah, dissociate and distance yourself from that, and I think
Yeah.
that is something that's like, yeah, like you wouldn't be doing that if you could see them, doing a death rattle, and
Yeah.
like seeing them, have their last breaths, like you wouldn't
Hmm.
be acting like this is a simple thing if that was the case.
Yeah. You hear a lot of stories when they say that too. Like, uh, it got real when I saw my best friend or my part or my Bucky die right next to me
Right.
type shit. So like when you was shooting down range, all you know was the shooting stopped. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah.
But when it's right next to you, you see brain in your helmet in your visor, and that shit is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I watched a video where a guy said it was a video game until I had to stab somebody,
Yeah.
and I felt the body go limp around me, and the warm blood was pouring over me, and it was like I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm,
Like all I knew was people was just stopping. I did what I was supposed to do, but when I felt a body, like the life leave a body, it said it fucked them up
yeah.
like real
Hmm.
bad.
Yeah. That's one of the things that they say now with drone operators.
Yeah,
Like, do you really feel bad when all you see is just a white flash on a monitor when you're in Kansas?
exactly. In a
No,
smoke
because you don't
cloud.
because you don't see the wreckage. You don't see the limbs on the ground. Like you don't see the result of it. You just see, oh, the flash happened. That whatever was there, that building is gone. My job
Yeah.
is done.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yep.
go home. So yeah, just the distance actually it does do a hardcore disservice to taking a life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, actually, I wanna bring it back to this fucking bitch, Lucy Letby. That is the nurse in the UK that was charged.
Okay.
Uh, Yeah, so just to put a little more information in there, she specifically preyed on premature babies, you know,
Mm.
and there were a bunch of the parents that had testified. She was guilty of murdering 7 of them, uh, and she is believed to have murdered 10 more. But like you said, Red, they are looking to investigating any and all suspicious deaths they had,
Mm-hmm.
because again, you don't know. It's like a recall at a factory. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
if you found metal in this chicken, you better check all the chicken. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she would do things like injections of air and insulin injections. There was a case that was mentioned with triplets. 2 of the
So,
triplets died
mm-hmm.
within a week of each other.
Mm.
The third one had acute or liver failure. And then the parents said, you know, their interactions with this nurse after this had happened was she had a demeanor as if, I'm upset I couldn't get yours,
Yeah, the
you know.
last one.
So
Mm.
fuck this bitch. May she rot in hell.
Man,
They
And
gonna
yeah,
get her ass in prison.
for
yeah, yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
kids
Well,
is an untouchable.
I don't know. I don't know how things run in
It
the UK.
is. I got
Well,
to. Oh, I'm,
in,
I'm,
in,
I'm gonna
in
say American. My bad. My bad.
yeah, in American prisons,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah,
But I
Yeah.
don't
yeah.
know about a UK prison. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
On a lighter note,
Michael Orr. Actually, it's not that lighter.
god
Um,
damn, this gonna be dark the whole day.
all right. So, the big movie hit, one of the highest grossing sports movies, The Blindside, about a uh, football player taken in by a white family, adopted and raised and becoming a football star. The Blind Side is a lie coming from Michael Orr, the star of the actual football player himself, coming out and filing a petition alleging that the Tui family that from the movie claimed that they had adopted Michael Orr. He claims was not the case. He claims it was a conservatorship that allowed them to profit off of his story.
hmm
Um, yeah, Red, what do you think about this?
Uh, it was it was all for their best interest, man. Um, I don't want to put like the racist little thing on it, but I feel like a lot of us get used for our talents when it comes to sports or
Hmm.
rapping and stuff in that field. And it was the same thing. They saw a good person that was, a person that was really good at uh, the football game, and they knew how to exploit him. They broke it down to the point where their kids get paid off of the movie, like $250,000 each, and they give residuals and everything. And the lawyer that set it up was their lawyer of the family type of shit. And the lawyer that helped, well, supposedly signed his contract where he don't get nothing was the same damn lawyer.
Hmm.
And I'm like, so she looked out for the husband, the wife, the 2 kids. It could have been somebody else, and you just neglect the main damn person that's playing the sports.
Yeah, the one breaking his back. Yeah.
You feel me? Y'all sit on your ass while he doing all this shit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And the fucked up part about this is, bro, every time I see a movie where I see it's a white person and they doing some good, I kind of like say, is this the white savior type of thing?
Oh yeah.
Where, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, did it really go down like this? And then I start, over analyzing. I'm like, I can't believe this story at all anymore because I feel like it's the white savior in this
Hmm.
story where you know, we gonna make us look good to go to this impoverished neighborhood where this young man can't read or write, and all he knows how to pick up a ball, and he's dumb and huh. And we taught him
Mm.
school and did this and gave him a bright future. I'm like, it's more to that story. Every time I see stuff like that now, it's more to that story. So it fucking broke my heart, bro. And he's still not getting paid for this shit. So I hope he win this case. If he really not getting paid, he need to win this. He need to sue them for all the money that they got to or something, bro. The fucking movie companies, everybody involved. I my man's need his fucking check, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say.
Yeah. What about you, P?
Yeah. Overall, it was a fucked up situation. You playing on someone's emotions for the most part. because if he was an orphan, like obviously he was a big dude, so talent probably like he didn't have to be smart to play football. Like you just gotta block some motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
and because you gave somebody a place to sleep, you get all the monetary gain for his hard work that he, blood, sweat, and tears that he got to do on the field because he still had to, go through high school, go through college, and then make it to the pros.
Hmm.
And you still making monetary gain for a movie that was all about him, but somehow your family reeks the wealth. It's just fucked up overall.
Yeah. Although I do remember when that movie came out. Like uh, what will happen is like once the movie is being announced, like CBS, Good Morning America or whatever, will interview Michael Oher, and be like, so yeah, this actually happened. And they were interviewing him, and they were like, so it's true that you had no idea how to play the game of football? And then actual Michael Orr, the football player, was like, "Nah, that wasn't too true. Like I knew the game of football. I played football. Like I knew the game. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like I had no idea what I was doing out there, like the movie portrays.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, even then, I was like, man, this movie, like this guy and his family are supposedly behind this film, and he's already saying that's not that accurate.
Yeah.
So I mean, like right there, I remember initially I was like, man, like maybe there's other stuff that could have been off.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it also makes me think about like these studios need to do a little bit more research before they jump on a project. Like I find it hard to believe that not one person that was behind the studio that made the film or produced the film go like, let's check the legal documents and see this actually happened. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there is actual paper trail to the adoption. And the fact that wasn't done, like it kind of, so you just believe them because they were a wealthy white family, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's unfortunate. Like it sucks because he's no longer playing, and then uh, and the thing is, in his position, that's not people aren't known to play that position in football and then be fine after that. So
Exactly.
like he's going to have, I'm sure he's got medical issues already. So for him to come out and say like, hey, like this family that's been parading me around, they haven't really been helping me as much as they claim. That it
Mm-hmm.
sucks. Makes you feel bad for
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
him.
a lot of movies does that with based on true events or based on true stories. It'd be like, I know you told me the story about an hour. I'm gonna take 2 minutes out of that story and just blow it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And nothing else is true about the story at all. But I'm gonna pick that one piece out. And a lot of theaters do, well, not theaters, but these production companies, these other stuff do that. You know what I'm saying? And they just make it to some action packed ass movie or some movies where they pull at the heartstrings because they know it's gonna be like emotional shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, bro, they need to make this shit more real than a dramatization of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they always do with scary movies because who knows if it's real or not. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. What you said with the trope of what do you say, the
The white
white
savior.
savior movies?
Yeah.
There's a ton of them. Like that is something that is annoying because even movies that you don't think would have an undertone of that, like Elysium, Dune, 42, the Jackie Robinson movie,
Mm-hmm.
Hidden Figures. There's always a white character that for some reason is like, well, no, we got to make it more relatable for the folks in the theater. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, like just like it doesn't have to be, because it implies that the situation would not have changed or would not have gotten better if it wasn't for this one white character.
Exactly.
And it's just like that kind of diminishes all the other characters that are not white.
All the
And
hard work that,
yeah,
like in
so
Hidden Colors, that she did, and she was hella smart, but he was the one that knocked down the all white bathroom sign and
yeah,
made it so just
yeah,
better for her in all walks of life.
yeah.
that's why I
Like, oh
always
my,
get irritated with them slavery ass movies. Like,
Yeah.
how many depictions of slavery do you need to make money off it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's 12 years a slave. Then you got Roots. Then you got shit. They just
Underground
came out with another one.
Railroad.
Yeah, like
Harriet. Yeah.
It's
But did
just
you hear about the one where it was like he was on the boat? He was like a part of a naval crew. He took over the boat. He was like,
Tubbs.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
pulling up to ports, killing them, doing his thing, and they ended up making him like a general in the army type shit. Like I
hmm
want to see that. You feel
yeah.
me?
But
But they not gonna show that shit.
speaking of that, did y'all see that bullshit in Florida? They talking about changing the curriculum. About they said slavery was a benefit.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
job choice type shit.
Man, Florida owns some shit, bro. Like,
They doing a lot of shit, bro. Like they about to whitewash it and take out all. It's not even all like black historical figures. It's women. It's all other races. Like it's about to be like only thing that we know is white, and white is right.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like nobody, like it's not a lot of people that's fighting back. It's some.
Oh no. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I'm talking
yeah,
about like in their circle. In their circle, it's not a lot of people fighting back.
Well, that's the thing. Florida is it's very red. I mean, like you do have a high Cuban population, but there is
Hmm.
a phenomenon that happens with Hispanics. Uh, Hispanics that get citizenship or whatever. What's the whitest thing you can think of? A white Republican. So
Hmm.
they want to be as white Republican as they can be, and that means backing Trump. That means backing DeSantis and these ideas of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, like Florida is like it's hard to be at like you said, being in the inner circle.
Hmm.
I can't imagine how difficult it is being someone in Florida politically trying to like fight against that. It's like you're a stick trying to go against a tsunami. Like
Right, right.
it's not gonna happen.
and it's always fucked up that America is the main one that do this colorism type shit. Like all other countries, there's no black
Hmm.
British.
Eh,
It's just British.
Well, no, well, no. The thing is, like, again, I think our diversity is our Achilles heel and our superpower at the same time. Like the thing that I fucking love about the U.S. is that it is a melting pot of cultures.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't want it to be seen as a like a lunch tray of cultures where they're all divided and separate. Like, no, I want them mixed.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want them to be integrated with one another. And so I mean, like that's why you do have there are people that are like the DeSantises of the world of no, they need to be separate, and there needs to be a pyramid, a hierarchy that shows that the white is the best one. So I mean, it's again that is a way to divide by pointing out the colorism, like you said, P. But to me, I think that's one of the things that makes us awesome.
yeah.
Like I love that about the U.S.
It's a restaurant in Miami where they got it's a Japanese Brazilian mixed restaurant where they mix their food. And
I'm
from
not
right
just talking
now,
about food, but
no, no, no. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though. Like
yeah,
it's I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the food is like from what I've been hearing, it's like a 5-star restaurant. But it's been really good though. But like yeah, like cultures and everything. Like even just simple stuff from like medicines and everything, bro. Just
yeah.
us mixing and knowing each other backgrounds and you know, I fucks with it heavy. I
we
fucks
Yeah.
need
with
to
it
we
heavy.
need to travel and go to a 3-star Michelin restaurant one of these days. Save up.
You said
See,
3-star
see
Michelin?
what happens when you start going about food, Red.
We some fat fucks at heart.
Okay, tier list.
Man. But yeah, though.
Not for real. Best ethnic food, top five.
Which one?
Give me top five.
Ethnic? Oh. See, it's
Mm.
oh god.
I like
But
Jamaican, but they wouldn't be my number one though.
Jamaican is fire. I love a spicy
They
one.
probably they probably be like number three. But I love Asian cuisine, so that'd be my number one.
Yeah.
you can't say Asian. You
Cause
gotta
that's
pick.
too many.
You gotta
That,
pick.
that
You gotta pick a
yeah.
country.
That's very
Well, I
who
mean,
who who, who
what
made ramen?
It
shit?
depends. There's
Uh,
Korean ramen. There's Japan.
yeah,
There's
I was
Korean ramyun, and then there's Japanese ramen.
it all depend. I
Who
know
who put meat in their shit?
they all
You
do.
just
Both of them?
you want Japanese ramen.
There we go.
Okay.
Japanese food is good. And then didn't the Japanese make sushi?
They have sushi there, yeah.
Were they like the creators of sushi?
It's a common Japanese dish. So
That's
All
why
right,
I said
bet.
Asian. Like
You know,
they all over.
I'm fucking with the Japanese on this, but I really do love like Mediterranean food though. That shit is delicious.
Yeah, Middle
Greek or
Eastern.
Italian?
And Italian. Oh my god, I love some pasta. So I'm gonna say top is I'm gonna say pasta is first. So I'm gonna say my Italian. That's like soul food across the sea. Uh
I've never heard that. Okay.
yes, sir, yes, sir. But they put so much mamma mia in that shit. You feel me?
Disclaimer.
You feel me?
they put a lot of this in
Yeah,
there.
you know.
Hell no.
And it's kind of the reason why I say soul food across the sea is it's always like a big mama in the kitchen. She's slapping the sons, get out of my damn kitchen. It's everything made from like scratch. Like they put a lot of soul into that shit. That's why I say soul food across the sea.
Okay.
Second is for sure Japanese cuisine.
Italian,
Third
Japanese.
is Mediterranean. I'm gonna have to go with like fourth is like I'm gonna say jerk because I'm gonna say Jamaican. I really love
Jamaican.
hot food. And fifth, don't take my black card, but then it'd be soul food. I know a lot of the food is not meant for us. You feel me? We was eating scraps, so
What do you mean
I,
it wasn't meant for you?
a lot of the soul
you don't
food,
know the history of it?
a lot of that soul, bro. It was the ends of the ends.
Yeah,
It was not.
That's why
It
we
wasn't
got
good.
chitlins and head hot cheese because we always had to get the scraps.
So you're
Yeah.
saying not that stuff, but the other stuff is fine?
Like macaroni and cheese, cornbread, all that type of shit. I fuck with the greens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
But
you're
like,
saying that.
Greens.
yeah, huh?
I said my greens.
Oh man,
Not everybody greens. My greens.
I got too sturdy. I'm in this bitch. I'm reminiscing. But yeah, he got some spicy ass greens. It had turkey in it, right?
Yeah, it was smoked turkey. Smoked
Smoked
turkey mix.
Beautiful. That's my list, though. I'm gonna sit back and just reminisce on this food.
What about you, P?
My number one. I said Asian cuisine, but if we trying to be specific, I like Thai food because I like the spice.
I forgot.
Yeah, Thai.
You forgot about Thailand.
It's hot. It's hot. I love it.
Yeah, I like Thai food. Then I go Middle Eastern, like halal style food. Would be number three, Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Then I say soul food. Then five would probably be
Mexican.
I don't really fuck Mexican. I had that shit too much. No offense.
We get a lot of American Mexican though.
True.
Yeah.
So I take that back.
We don't get the authentic one, bro.
Well, I really can't say Mexican then because I never really had. Well, I had is Coco Loco. All right, well, fuck it then.
He shook his head. No, that is not from the motherland.
That is from a can.
I don't like pasta like that. I like protein because you can't really categorize seafood per se.
I mean, I think if that one you would go by regions, like areas that are around water.
Yeah.
So like Japan, Mediterranean. Hell, you could even say like the Northeast.
I love sushi.
You could say like the Northeast, or
so I say Japan. Fuck it.
Japan. You can even say Northwest of the U.S. because that's got a lot of Asian and American influences. So I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I like nigiri and sashimi. So for people that don't know what sashimi is, it's just the meat, the flesh of the fish, whether it's eel, yellowtail, tuna, salmon, and then nigiri is over the bed of rice. So it's a flesh over the bed of rice.
So I like the bed of rice thing. Thanks for putting me hip.
Yeah, I mean you got the California roll, but I don't really fuck with those.
You know, I like the.
But do ramen with the egg and meat.
Yeah.
The Naruto version ramen, I like that.
Yeah. Uzumaki, gang shit.
It was actually a restaurant that made it. The Uzumaki ramen. I forgot where it's at. It's probably in Cali.
Most definitely. What about you, E? I need that top 5.
Mexican number 1.
True to his roots.
You're gonna have to cook for us, man.
Then I'm gonna go.
Have a little family cookout.
I'm gonna go Chinese.
Fried rice.
Yeah, fried rice. That's the thing. Chinese is difficult because they also there's a lot of. I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna be problematic for some people. No, because like there's like a debate like kimchi. Like Chinese people believe that they invented kimchi. Korean people also believe they invented kimchi. There's like debates about that. So I mean, I can't say like which one came first, but I'll say Chinese.
Yeah, that's why I say it was hard because like I'm ignorant to the specific Japanese, Korean, Thai. That's why I just bunched it all in one.
See, yeah, that's why I didn't say Thai. I love Thai food. I love spicy. Motherfucking pad Thai, high heat with the peanuts in it. Oh, but continue on with your list, brother.
Okay, so Mexican, Chinese. Give me Italian. Give me give me Puerto Rican food. I need that. I need that mofongo. I need that red snapper. I need the pupusas. Or no, that's not. That's Ecuadorian. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with Puerto Rican though.
I like red snapper. That's a really good fish.
Mofongo is good as hell. And then I'm gonna go with Southern food. Like but leaning more towards like the barbecue, like Texas style barbecue.
Oh yeah. A good brisket.
Yeah.
You know
like the meats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be my top 5.
I'm fucking with it.
What about a genre of food like soul food? I mean, not soul food, seafood, chicken, beef. Obviously not pork for red.
Like protein based.
Yeah, seafood is my number 1.
I don't fuck with seafood that much.
I might. Oh damn! It sounds so black. I'll be fucking with chicken, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like. I like beef though, just for the brisket. But chicken, you got the drums, you got the. Oh my god, wings are so amazing, bro.
Give me all flats. All flats.
Damn.
I have to go pork.
Oh, I can't do pork. I can't.
There's so much you can do with pork.
Yeah,
bacon, pork belly,
burnt ends.
Yeah, burnt ends. Chicharrone.
What the fuck?
Garnitas. Like you can do so much.
Is the skins, pork skins.
But then again, I think pork and beef might be tied because beef there's a lot you can do. You could do the tongue, the tripe.
You have to mix that tongue up. You can't tell me you gotta have me finish the meal first and then say I had some beef tongue. You ain't about to just come out. Oh, we having tongue tonight, baby.
But like, don't you put that in like your greens?
You've never had lengua?
Hell no, you gotta.
You never had tongue? No. It's not like they put a whole fucking tongue in between.
Oh, I know how they cook it. They slow cook it, shred it up, and then put in some tacos. You know, shit like that.
Yeah, that shit's good. But yeah, like,
isn't it a tougher meat though?
No, you slow cook it.
I mean, it is a tougher cut of meat though. But like
for sure.
Like to me, my favorite is beef cheeks because like
you an ass eater.
That shit is so tender.
That's far. Hell no, that's a whole different thing.
Well, no,
is that?
I'm trying to.
Am I wrong?
Beef cheeks, like off the face. How is that ass eating?
He was thinking of different cheeks.
Yeah, of course.
Clearly. We all know what type of time he be on. That's
you
a whole.
Feel me?
You guys subscribe to our subscription channel to get that type of content.
Yeah, welcome to the crew, E.
No. We're talking about some OnlyFans type shit, and I'm not a part of it.
You know,
no, just after dark specials.
We should start doing that after dark specials. That'd be dope.
Like the shit we don't talk about isn't dark enough. Like
facts though.
Like
just we just more explicit.
We just led with 2 different dead baby stories. Like I think we're doing all right with the regular shit.
Damn, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh man. We got some other stories to talk about.
Oh, speaking of top on, I remember when it's off topic.
You saw my head in this. I'm like, whoa. We are not in the dark series. Not yet.
No, I was at this restaurant. This is completely off topic. And I remember this waiter, he was giving everybody water, and I had drank half of mine. He was like, "You want me to top you off?" I looked at him like, "What?" I was like, "What'd you say?" He was like, "Want me to top you off?" I was like, "Do you want to serve me some more water?" He's like, "Yeah." That's. I was like, "Oh yeah, just say that there." Like I never heard of that phrase before.
P
I
said,
heard
yeah.
of that a few times.
P said, yeah, give me some water too.
Bro, I never heard of that phrase. I was like, dude, what? Like, who? I think Desiree was with me. She looked at me because I don't think she heard that shit too. So we both looking at him like, what you say?
No,
Yeah, you want me to top you off? I was like, no.
That use of top me off was before top
me off. Yeah.
Well,
so
it was my first
you're
couple
late
years
on
in
that.
college.
Yeah, you're late on that.
Yeah, I wasn't Caucasianized yet. I didn't know.
That's not Caucasianized, bro.
I ain't never heard that shit until I came up here in Saginaw.
Bro, that is literally like at restaurants.
It could be. No, it could be like that. Could be
every time.
I never heard that in Detroit.
Now look though, I will tell you this: when you do go to restaurants, they do say, "Do you want me to top off your drink?" They will say that, top off your drink.
I just heard refills. I ain't never heard none of the top off phrase. He was like, "You want me to top you off?" And that's all I heard. And I was like, I don't know. Should I?
You didn't know? You didn't know?
No, I ain't know how to answer that.
Right here.
He's like, how much?
I mean, like my wife is right next to me.
He's like, is that with soup and salad? Like,
goddamn. What type of place is this?
He caught me off guard. I was not ready.
I mean, very similar to last week's story with the Maui wildfires. We got a hurricane and earthquake going on in Southern California right now. So prayers to those people. Hope the damage is minimal. But yeah, like this weather's getting crazier.
I hear with stuff like that, people are starting to come out, like all the biblical people are starting to come out saying the rapture's coming.
We in the last days type shit.
Yeah, all these what they say, kids going against the mother and the father and all that shit. Then you got all these natural disasters, and then you got videos of, I think it was in France, like you hear the trumpet sounding in the air and shit like that. So they talking about the trumpets starting to get sound off. But you know, it's 7 trumpets and shit like that. They got to sound off.
No. Oh yeah, that's for the Christian believers. Is that in every religion though?
No, there's
okay.
That's not in every religion.
Yeah, I'm not a religious guy, so I really can't,
Yeah.
say anything on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if anything happened, I'm ready for it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, I'm first in line, God. Like,
oh, of course I'm not gonna be first in line.
All right, to touch on that, since we on that subject, we ain't.
Shit!
No, it's like one of those things. Like, you know how they always had that saying where they say God makes everyone in His image.
Yeah.
So you got serial killers, you got the R word, with the sexual stuff.
What do you mean?
Rapists.
Oh.
Molesters.
Oh, I thought you meant like retarded.
No.
Wait, that's the R word.
Hold on. Since when can't we say rapists?
You can't say rapist.
I've been wait. I've been so used to looking on TikTok. You know how you always get banned for typing shit, and rapist and molestation, and those one of the keywords you can't say. So
Eric really said the R word though. He really said the R word.
Disclaimer episode.
But no, I'm not disclaiming that. But I was like, really? Like you're going from all right.
But yeah, go ahead, so back to what I was saying. So you know how it's multiple good and bad guys, but they always say God made you in His image. Yeah. So that said, wouldn't God know who He's putting on His earth to do all these deeds? So shouldn't everybody go to heaven? Obviously, that's not everybody ain't going to heaven, but
if it's real.
Well, yeah. So it's like one of those things.
Allegedly.
Right. Allegedly. So it's like, how can you judge somebody if God made that person in His image? Obviously.
Now look though. Can I just insert this one little thing? Now don't they isn't it a free will thing?
Yeah, but
So you can make a picture or a robot in your image, but if you give it free will to do whatever it want to, it's gonna do whatever it want to.
I'm just saying though, it's like God knew it. If allegedly they say God knew what He did, what He created.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, without getting too deep in the weeds, like, shouldn't everybody? Fuck you, look at that.
No, keep going, keep going.
He threw me off. But anyway, but like, shouldn't everybody? Oh, fuck that. Everybody got a different religion, so who's the superior religion? Like, who got the right one? Like,
We'll never know.
The dudes that follow Star Wars, the Jedi
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah, motherfucker.
But hold on, no, hold on. So you like rolled your eyes and scoffed at that. What is saying that religion is not right?
who?
Because it's a work of fiction.
Who wrote their eyes?
You both of you kind of dismissed that, like, okay, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
no, I was about to say my part. My part is I believe there's a creator. That's it. Something made this. To be honest, that's how I feel, right?
mm-hmm.
But if I was to put it into a human form, I would feel like God would be a woman. You know, because women was here first, men was a mutation. If you got a belly button, that means you was birthed from a woman. To say religious events happen, I do believe back then we was not that smart. So some shit probably happened. And what's that thing where they say like you tell a story and then switch over a little bit every single time, and now this is what you got.
Like
I feel like
game of telephone.
Telephone. I do feel like a few things back then did happen. Let's just be real. A few things did happen. And you went to the right, I went to the left, he went down south, that person went diagonal, whatever it may be. And the story got switched up a little bit, and that's probably why you got different religions. You know what I'm saying? But or I did figure out in some actual religions where people was like, I don't like that part, I'm gonna take it out. And now I'm this version of that religion.
Yeah, that's
you know
why
what I'm saying?
That's how war was started. Because
Yeah,
history
but
is, if you break down the word, history is his story. So
you know,
whoever won the war got to decipher what the outcome was.
That's deep.
yeah, but like
No,
to say if it's any one religion, I can't tell you that.
That is a major philosophical question. I'll start by saying I am agnostic. I'm not. It's not that I don't believe in God. I'm just not entirely convinced that He's real, or she, whatever you want to say. You know, so I'm not saying like, oh, I'll never believe like an atheist, but I am saying like, currently right now, skeptical. You know, so in the world of philosophy, there's a lot of different theories because in the Bible they claim that God is uh, the Christian Bible. I'll say omnipresent, omnipotent, and what's the other one? Omniscient. So meaning He is everywhere, He is all good, and He is all powerful. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the case, then all bad things in the world should not exist. Because if He's all good, there would be no cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
If He is everywhere and all powerful and all good, everything bad would not exist. So you can go through a bunch of different philosophies like Friedrich Nietzsche, Albert Camus, Descartes, and there's actually popular theorists that say, or philosophers that say, that if there was a God, He died and He is no longer here. Or if there was a God, He created everything, didn't like what He saw, and then left. And that is why bad things continue to happen.
I heard that too.
So, I mean, like, there's no way to prove any of it, you know?
Shit, I always heard it was hell on earth. Like, we already in hell. And like the rapture already happened, and we're going through all the trials and tribulations until He decided to come back and pick the ones who decide to do right.
In my opinion, if that is the case, then hell is easy as shit. For me. I won't say across the board.
I mean, I'm going to say for this generation, might be a little easier.
If this is hell,
our ancestors went through it.
If this is hell, I'm chilling. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. if you're reading like the holy, the biblical Christian Bible, the way they describe hell, I'm a kind of side with E. If this is that version, I'm chilling.
But
Because
if
they
we
say
was
we supposed to burn in
Like
damnation forever type shit.
Dante's
But-
Inferno type shit.
Yeah. Oh man,
but if we was
that's
born,
terrible.
but that's with our mindset today. If we was born 200 years ago, we wouldn't be saying that.
I feel like the 1700s
Very true.
or the
You talking about, like,
1800s would
the
be
Like
slavery
within
times
slavery, like getting like the people that didn't even make it across the sea in the boat, like that shit wasn't easy for them.
That
Like,
shit was terrible.
So us right now, it's easy for us because we're in the house. We can eat whenever we want. That's why we big as fuck.
Nah.
We got money.
Nah.
But if we was getting dragged across goddamn land, going across the sea, starving, having motherfuckers dead on top of us and getting sick, like we wouldn't be saying shit was easy.
That's very true.
Hopping over boats, because you don't know what the fuck going on. We getting raped.
But yeah, that's a small demographic though of that time. It wasn't like that for everyone across the board.
But
so,
you said it's easy. I said it's not easy for everybody. Like,
but I'm
depending
saying,
on, like, if we would drop 200 years ago,
the idea of hell is that everyone in hell suffers, and if that is not the case, then this is not hell. If everyone is not suffering, it is not hell. And hell is infinite. It is not something that is just for
but
a
hell could be
duration.
subjective though, because somebody could be depressed, like they could still be working a 9 to 5, depressed as shit. Like it all depends on what your hell is.
To me, the idea of hell is everybody is suffering. It is not just people having depression, bad days, people born with illnesses or whatever. So me seeing all this stuff the way the world is today, if everyone is not suffering, it's not hell. Because hell is where you go when you do bad things, when you don't follow the commandments.
But that's based on the story of hell though. Like we don't know what hell truly is. We're going by a book that a guy made or a female, somebody made the shit. So, like how James is saying, telephone.
Christian, yeah, you're talking Christian, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so like the original story was all written off of walls, hieroglyphs, however they want to say it, transferred into a book. Somebody translated that shit, so hell became a story over time based on somebody's ideology of hell. Nobody know what hell's is because it was on Earth. So you going by word of mouth. So hell can literally be me living right here. My hell could be waking up every day, taking care of my family, going to work. And that could be my hell. Like everybody got a mental fortitude that can only last so long. Like it's one of those things where shit, I don't want to fucking work no more. Like you seeing all these motherfucking celebrities or kids that's half my age playing video games, making multi-millions of dollars, while I'm over here busting my ass at the hospital making chump change every day, trying to because my hell can literally start if one manager say, "Oh, we don't want you no more." I ain't got no like multiple streams of income. Like my hell can I already went through it. When me and my wife was living in an apartment where we were surviving off fucking chicken nuggets. Like, cause I had so much pride I couldn't ask my family, "Hey, I got fired. Let me hold a couple dollars." Cause I seen that shit all the time. I wasn't about to fucking rely on somebody so they can always throw it up in my face. Oh, remember when I helped you when you was so and so, so and so. So hell is, like I said, it's subjective depending on who you ask. Like the book say you burning, eternal damnation, you burning in fire. But I feel we already in that shit for real. It just depending on somebody's hell might be, like you said, a little bit easier until they meet their quote unquote breaking point. So everybody's breaking point is different. Like I don't want to throw my cousin in this situation, but his life growing up was hard as fuck. His is a lot manageable now, but 10, 15 years ago, that shit everybody had their breaking point. So hell, like I said, is different for us because we made it past that threshold. But it all depends on that specific person's mindset, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Now my question to that is, do you feel like we make it through the hell when we die, or when we become stronger, or like how do you feel like that?
We never know what life has for us once this flesh is gone. That's the whole thing about that's why I said the rapture is one of those things where they say God chose his chosen few.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who's left behind is trying to figure out, should I follow the word or not? And if they follow the word, quote unquote, the right way, go through life good, then God is going to choose them to bring them up to heaven. So we were the ones that were left based on the rapture story. And we're trying to figure out life till he chooses us and say it's our time to go to something that's better where it's all peaceful. Like we're in the mud right now. We're working through the trials and tribulations that he set for us because we weren't the chosen ones per se. That's why they say we was all born in sin. Not trying to get too scripture because I ain't into it 100%, but just with a little dibbling and dabbling that I do know, we are in hell. We were left. We're trying to figure out life. And once we make it to a certain point where God say, all right, your soul has reached this point where we know that you matured. Now you're ready to come up here with me and enjoy eternal life and peace.
Okay.
Then I would say, if you're going off the rapture, the people that were left weren't left in hell. They just weren't in heaven. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Earth is hell. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's not though. Like that's what I'm saying. If you're going by the rapture, if you were left, you were alive still, you just didn't go to heaven. You weren't in hell. When you died, you went to hell. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's three different places, top, middle, and then lower. So if you didn't go to the top one, you're still in the middle. You're not at the bottom one yet,
Right.
So it was the idea that you could, in that time you have left, you kind of are still given that, like you said, with free choice. You still have that time that you are left that you can, okay, I can make changes, and either way, no matter what I do, it's either going to go up or down.
Like this is the end.
Yeah,
movie?
like I control the elevator. Like so, if I didn't immediately go up to heaven, then okay, I have the time that I have left to dictate what button gets pressed when I die.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be heaven, then it could be hell. So that's why I believe, in my opinion, with that the rapture mention, I don't think that this is hell.
Okay, I see where both y'all are coming from because I did read a part. I don't know how true this is though, but there was like once the rapture happens, Disney supposed to be like hell on earth, like hell. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
I mean, if you was over here in a third world country where you starving all day, like I said, it's all perspective.
Again, that's what I'm saying. If this is hell on earth, then it would be hell on earth everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like it would not be just particular people when they're having trials and tribulations. It would be everybody having that all day, all the time, everywhere.
Right. I feel where you're coming from, right? I'm just saying, like, after the rapture happens, like you said, there still is a upper, middle, lower, right? I just read on something. I don't really read into the religions anymore, but I just read somewhere they get taken up to the upper, right? Boom. We on the middle, like you said, get to control the elevator. But I did hear at one point the lower becomes the middle, like it just takes over it all, type shit. Have y'all heard that, or
yeah, I mean, it's
oh no, I mean, okay, if it good.
I mean, with the trumpets and shit, I mean, there's gonna be a lot more world disasters coming. I mean, it's like I ain't gonna say it's signs, but all these natural disasters and shit like that, people in Hawaii, that can be the Lord coming up to them because all they shit gone from wildfires, natural disasters.
Yeah. Would you sacrifice yourself to save the world?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
He said we fucking in this bitch together.
No.
What about you, E? All of humanity.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be pretty content with that. I hear that dying's not as bad as people put up to be. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean,
what
like,
about you?
I'm fucking with it. For all humanity, I love y'all motherfuckers. You feel me?
Bear's like, fuck.
I'm fucking with it.
Nah.
if we going off this religious side, I'm gonna be in heaven, living good, eating good.
Yeah, that's
You feel me? I'm gonna see y'all. I did hear when you go up to heaven, you don't have no memory of anybody anyway. So if movie's still going, I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Play me some good.
But yeah, guys, we're good on time.
Yeah.
This is once again the third time off the top with
Heard.
Eric Paris and Red.
All right, peace.
I'm Eric.
P.
And it's your boy Red out this bitch. You know how we coming.
Yeah.
Gang.
Gang,
Bye,
gang.
everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you next week.
Yeah. We on all social medias, y'all.